Hello and welcome to the very first episode of iJustin. I just make it so on practically the 10th anniversary of YouTube because I couldn't think of probably any better time. Anyway, I thought I could start off today's show by if you look at all those multi-panel couches on the air that are starting to like the View, the Talk, the Real, the Five. I figure, I'm surprised like Animal Planet doesn't have something. So, you're going to mention the Chew. Well, I think maybe it's that the Animal Planet or Dog TV, or I don't know, they could have the Bark. Pet lovers, animal lovers, and I don't know, it's a worthwhile pitch. Anyway, my grandmother. Well, we could start off today, my first episode, discussing 50 Shades of Grey, the movie. Now, I did not read the book. I never did bother to because I can remember.
Anybody home?
I am.
One person home, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I can say is, though, as far as for the book, I have not read it. I'm not going to bother to because I can still always remember seeing Erica Jong herself on the Dr. Drew show on HLN say that the book was literary garbage. So I'm just not going to spend my time trying to really read into it. Although seeing the movie, because I had gotten it, what happened is my brother had given me a Regal Cinema gift card for $25 when I heard that they were pre-selling tickets in mid-January and I could get 50 points on my Crown Club card. I thought, ooh, nice opportunity. So I just went to the box office in Salem and got my points there. Now I will say the theater was pretty full at 8 p.m. but not 100% full. Lots of women, few men. It's nice to see some previews like Trainwreck, Spy, what else? The Age of Adeline, that was actually the second time I saw it. The first time was before Into the Woods on Christmas Day. Age of Adeline, and of course the one that I was most intrigued to see and learn more about is of course Cameron Crowe's next movie, Aloha, with Bradley Cooper, Emma Stone, Rachel McAdams, John Krasinski, Danny McBride, and Alec Baldwin. But anyway, I must digress. And of course, Trainwreck and Spy both look equally hilarious. I would have to say now that it was very smart to put those movies, have those movie previews before 50 Shades of Grey, because they're all like either chick flicks or comedies or dramas or romantic love stories of our past or present that are. They're perfect for the audience that they were intended for, considering they're before 50 Shades. Anyway. I just want to say, first off, to whoever lives at 598 North Lombard Street, and I don't know if anyone I'm pretty sure that this was probably the exact same address that NSCJ still has in the books. But I really hope, I don't know if that's where E.L. James used to live or did live or whatever. I can only hope that, I don't know what you're going to do or anyone that lives in that neck of the woods, because I've already did a little research after the movie and found out, okay, first off, the zip code you see in the movie that actually belongs to a region in southeast Portland, not North Portland, and the places, all the residents on North Lombard are houses, not apartments, with house addresses, or like a condominium, for example. Anyway, Um, I found the film actually quite erotic. It was really amusing to see all the women that
So they both go out together?
yeah, they went outside. They're going to McMinnville.
Yeah, well, I know she stopped to buy more.
You know. Sorry. I did also want to point out that in terms of the ending, which I thought was appropriate, considering that's how the relationship began, the same way it ended, and then the movie, practically the movie, and the opening and the beginning. I'm sorry, the beginning and the ending were practically full circle. I thought that was just appropriate and the right way to end that film. As I know, E.L. wrote 2 other books, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be adapted for the big screen. The question is whether or not Dakota and Jamie will want to re-team together, because I've already heard that they don't want to, but they didn't really see eye to eye just as much as probably just as much as the thing where you can watch An Officer and a Gentleman and wonder, my God, how did Richard Gere truly fall in love with Deborah Winger and carry her out of her factory and office in such a romantic, courtly Sir Walter Raleigh manner that you would wonder, my goodness, that probably when the director yelled cut, he was just ready to drop her and let Louis Gossett Jr.'s character kick her around. I'm sorry, I digress. Anyway, yeah, and I really was quite... what I found mostly erotic was actually the soundtrack. I mean, yes, there's what you want about Logan flying over Jamie Dornan, who's right brooding, even though clearly his character was given some welts physically. Maybe that'll be the new desire for sex symbols, somebody with some obvious scars, hopefully permanent. And of course Dakota, I found her performances on the stage are very charming, human, curious. I mean, even I would tend to wonder, would a movie like this be just as entertaining if he was, say, a thousandaire? I don't know. I would tend to believe that if he wasn't making as much as he did, nobody would believe it to truly be an erotic fantasy love story adapted for the big screen. Anyway. Yeah, and I did want to go on the soundtrack. I'm quite eager to possibly get someday, because you hear you have a pretty sensual version of Beyonce's "Crazy in Love." I had no idea. I mean, having watched Annie Lennox at the Grammys with Hozier, and of course she already covered "I Put a Spell on You" on her Nostalgia CD. I had no idea that her version is literally her version of the Screaming Jay Hawkins song is literally played over the opening credits. I'm quite fascinated by that Weekend song. Intrigued to hear more of AWOL Nation cover Springsteen's "I'm on Fire." What does that really mean? Don't want to get into what other critics have to say, other than I don't consider it the worst movie of all time, because I don't really think this film is. It's already what, it's been a weekend out now. Okay, if this movie was truly going to be bad, it would probably have had Kirk Cameron's name on it. Okay. And let's see. Yeah, I admit it wasn't. I mean, the character Christian Grey is a real head scratcher because you're looking at a tortured billionaire who I guess never really, I guess for some strange reason, is taking it out sexually on a young girl. Well, not a young girl, but a young woman. Let's see, what am I trying to think? What I'm trying to say here, because, well, I just want to say, I'm glad that E.L. James didn't really completely write the screenplay herself, because odds are there were some people there that were going to help me make it.
Thank you for not taking my Coke.
Okay.
That's my week's supply.
All right.
I drink about a half a cup a day.
All right. I was going to say, yeah. Yeah, I think I forgot to point this out, that when the movie ended, just before the credits started to roll, I heard a good number of women in the audience. Oh, I forgot to mention, I just realized they did show the trailer from Magic Mike XXL, and that opening shot of Channing Tatum and using his, I don't know, welder in the garage set to Genuine's pony in the background that was enough to get women, a good number of women in the audience excited. And of course, seeing all their physiques walk and strut in blue jeans was, well, forever. Neil Diamond tune. I can't believe I forgot about that trailer earlier. Anyway, yeah, some of the women in the audience were pretty disappointed or crestfallen over how the movie ends. I could overhear one woman kind of yell or say, "That's not how the book ends." To which I say, "There's two more. There should be two more. Hopefully they'll be adapted to the big screen. I hope they. I don't know if I tend to wonder if Jamie and Dakota both. I wonder what their contracts say in terms of, look, if this movie does well, if we gross X amount, we're gonna. You have to be in 50 Shades Darker or 50 Shades Freed, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll be doing 50 more movies, or 45 more movies, whatever, how many films they're going to do. I mean, who knows if E.L. James is going to be inspired to keep this relationship going for I don't know, 50 years, well, along 50 decades of it in. Oh, well, no. But, what was I thinking? Yeah, we can only imagine if this will be in some. I mean, who knows if the next two books will be adapted to the big screen in the years to come. We're still waiting for an Americanized version of follow-ups to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I mean, we don't know if Daniel Craig's maybe he has to finish this last Bond film, Spectre, and then hop into The Girl with the Hornet's Nest and The Girl Who Played with Fire, and Rooney Mara can be at least back on the big screen in something on a regular basis, because I mean, congratulations on her Oscar nomination that many years ago. I can remember there was a pretty much of a. I could only think of four women at that time. The four women that were nominated against her. I could think, well, they were surefire ones, but who was going to get that fifth slot? I said, Rooney Mara. Okay, fine, you're right. Sorry. I know it sounds like so many tangents, but hey, this is my first episode of iJustin, and it's just pretty much a long movie review. Kind of off the tangent, off the top of my head. Please do not compare me to Sarah Palin, because we all know she's not going to see 50 Shades. She didn't care about Fart Face.